Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, or welcome in if you're new. Thank y'all for being here so much. Y'all, today we are doing your midweek energy check. Okay, now we did a weekly reading. I did post that earlier this week, obviously. If you missed it, ooh, boo. No worries. I got a link down in the pinned comment section below. You can go down there and just quick link over and check it out and see what's happening for the week. But midweek card we got, yeah, imagination. Imagination, can you see it? I know. Okay, this one reads, life's difficulties are a call to consciousness, grace-inspired events that challenge us to reach beyond our limited thinking. Our thinking gets hemmed in as we grow up. You know, we become members of our society, of our community, of our family, and a lot of our action, a lot of our decision making comes from a certain pool of information that we're being given by all of those entities. Okay, this card is prompting us to go within. Basically go within. Okay, you got all this information from your mom, you got all this information from going to school, you got all this information from going to the store, you got all this input from society, from our 3D life. But there's also our imagination. We tend to pack that away as adults, you know, because we're being told what to do. It's so funny because we grow up and we think, I'm gonna be able to do what I want to do, I'm gonna be grown. Well, when you get grown, society tells you what to do. Okay, so look, somewhere around midweek, and we're talking about midweek in the last week of September 2024. Okay, so it's somewhere around, if you're Julian calendar wise, it's like the 25th, 26th-ish, 6th-ish. But if you're just tuning in and you're not in the United States, in the vicinity of the United States, that's the 25th to 26th. If you are in the United States, that's going to be your midweek this week. It's going to be Wednesday and Thursday. So the next 24 to 48 hours, tap into your imagination and see if you can think around something. Think outside the box, outside those lines, outside that prescribed parameters that life just gives us. This is where you operate, this is how you operate, this is your set of responses that we're going to give you. You can choose one of those. Well, guess what? Now I am a sacred rebel. Okay, oh, sorry about that. Okay, so look, something might pop up for you, or maybe this is just a reminder to let you know that you're not stuck anywhere, you're not stuck in any circumstance, and you're not stuck with certain choices that you've been given. You've got an imagination, you've got a creative flow, you have that is part of your tool set, your skill set as a human being. We came in with this and we need it as an adult. So get creative with yourself. Get creative with your life. If you want something to happen in your world, get creative. Go around the regular parameters is basically what they're saying. If you want to get, and you know, that's so weird because I was listening to a reading and I don't even know what it was. I listened to a lot of stuff to bring some of the stuff here, and yeah, that's exactly what they were saying. You know, you're going to go get this done, but it's not going to be in the usual format, let's just say. Okay, so be easy with going outside the lines and stepping outside of that comfort zone. And like, yeah, it's a little scary sometimes, and you feel like you're putting yourself out there sometimes, and blah, 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 blah. Put the ego in the back seat for a while and let your imagination fly, okay? I think that will serve us very well in the next several days, and actually, you know, forever, basically. It's a top 10. Imagination is a top 10 card. Okay, let's just see. Now I'm going to do again, I am going to mix this up as I'm being called to do it, but this is the deck that came into my head today. So we're going to use the Power of the Elements Oracle deck. We're going to pull one card just to, you know, see if there's anything else we're supposed to know, or see if this, this can illuminate more about what we're supposed to have an imagination around. You know, give us a little, maybe pull in our scope so we can have a little more direction on that. It's kind of an open book, but imagination will serve you no matter what. Okay, but particularly right now. So let's just see. I pre-shuffled this deck several times, but for some reason I'm being called to do it again, so I shall do it again. And y'all, you know, it's still free on YouTube. Subscribe. YouTube to subscribe. So if you consider subscribing, I'd appreciate that so much. And you know what? Share the videos. Share them. You know, if you've got somebody that doesn't go on YouTube on a regular basis that might be able to use this information, you know that they're going through something that they need to get creative with, show them this video, because something might, you know, ding in their little brains, and give them a heads up or give them some direction or momentum toward what they need to do. All right, let's just see what's at the bottom of the deck. Expression. Ooh, I'm going to put it in my left hand so y'all can see it. And this is number 10. Expression. What does it say? Express your truth. Your truth. Not the loving spoonful that we got from society, your truth. But to do that, you got to go inward. You got to figure it out, okay? So just spend a little time with yourself. Know what you're about. And don't be afraid to step out on those limbs and be yourself. Okay, so now I'm going to pull from the top of the deck. See it again? Okay. Oh, and this is just right in line with this too. Okay, so this is number, I think it's number 19, y'all. Correct me if I'm wrong. Number 19, share your love. Share your love. It's the power of love. Share your love. You have no idea. I have no idea, and I'm talking about it. Love is it. Love is it. I know that it puts us in a little bit of a vulnerability vibe when we try and express that in our lives, but that is the perfect state of grace to be receptive for the blessings that we think we need and we want in our world. Okay? And no, you don't have to go around hugging everybody. Please don't. I'm a little bit of a germaphobe, so please don't go around hugging everybody, okay? But find a way to tap into the love that you feel and know that it's not going to diminish you. It's anything, if anything, it's going to empower you, okay? It's going to empower you, and it's going to put you in a vibration of receptivity. When we're afraid to be affectionate, or we're afraid to show our love, or if we're afraid to love at all because we lost at some point or whatever, somebody hurt us, whatever, we close ourselves off to all kinds of possibilities. When we close our heart, our game is done for the moment. Sorry. I know that's pretty absolute. She's like, but it's true. It's imperative. It's okay, yeah, you got hurt one time, or 3 times, or 4 times. But put it in the past, because that's where it is. It doesn't exist anymore unless you're going to keep it alive. And as you drag that stuff into your present experience, you're going to experience the same thing. Okay? So get into your now. Realize that your heart is new all the time. Your heart is renewed constantly. That heart center, that love center is a well of strength and dynamic. And that expression, that vibration in your life overall, of course I get angry, of course I get whatever, I even still get insulted, which really annoys me, and so I get annoyed too. But my overall vibe, and anytime I get in my head, okay, this is a really good one, I'm going to give this one to you. This is a spirit message off the power of love. And this seems really elemental, but this is something I really want to share. Okay, we get into these narratives in our head, especially if we're like in close proximity with other people. We start analyzing what they're doing. We start comparing. Oh, look, I'm up at 9 o'clock. They're still in bed. Oh, look. I mean, we just keep busy with other people. It's like we don't need to do that. But every time you get yourself wound up in your head and having that banter in your head about whatever, and you know it's not productive, but you're going. Just start interjecting the word love in your head. Love. Just stop yourself mid-sentence, because nobody needs to hear some of that. Okay? You don't need to hear it, and certainly nobody else needs to hear it. And just interject the word love. Not I love this or I love that. Just love. Love, 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 love. I do it every single day. That's how I keep myself together. That's how I keep my mind from going into those forays and those eddies and those little tangents. So that I can stay focused on me, so I can stay focused on my journey, because it's all too easy for us to be distracted, and we spend all our head time talking to ourselves about other people and about other situations and about the government and about the blah, 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 blah. It's not productive on a personal level. And this is a perfect word. There's not even another word I can think of. I mean, ice, 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 ice. Then you think of things that are connected to ice. Okay, and it could be cold ice, or it could be the group ice, or don't do it. Love is the one word of freedom that you can use. If you start to feel bad about something, just stop feeling bad by saying love, love in your head over and over. Love, 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 until you're done with that. Till you're off that subject, at least for now. It will work for you, okay? So that is the power of love. The power of love, you can use it for yourself, which is great, okay? Love yourself enough to stop those inner turmoil-y conversations, those distractions in your own mind, away from what you're supposed to be concentrating on, supposed to be focusing on for your best evolution on this planet, and just interject love. Stop yourself in mid-sentence. Be your own, what is it, don't interrupt me? Yeah, interrupt yourself. And just say love, love, love. It'll work. It'll totally work. So those are our 2 midweek cards, y'all, okay? Use your imagination. It's there for you. It never goes away, even when we grow up, especially when we grow up and we've been told what to do. And now we know we're supposed to be doing this, we're supposed to be doing that. Well, you know what? There's a whole bunch of other stuff and a whole bunch of other ways that we can execute what we need to execute in our 3D life without taking all of our soul out, without taking all of our genuine person out, without giving all of our energy away. You find your own rhythm, execute your own rhythm, get your stuff done, but within the parameters of your own stuff, in your own rhythm, at your own pace, with your own responses. And that does take some imagination, because like I said, by the time we grow up, we're corralled. we're stamped and corralled. And we can move about the cabin. We can move about the cabin a little bit, but the only place we can go is up and down the aisle and in the bathroom and out of the bathroom, unless we use our imagination. Okay? So Spirit is telling you, you know what? There's so much more to this picture that you're seeing. Use your imagination. Run those end games in your head. Believe in yourself. Believe in the power of Spirit. Believe that if it's really good for you, it'll show up as long as you believe in it. Okay? And believe in the power of love. And it can be elemental like that. If you want to start to control your mind, and that is the name of the game on this planet, controlling your own thoughts. Because that's what it's all about. If they can control our thoughts, then they can keep us in a certain, modality. They can utilize us, which I'm not faulting them for setting up that system. It's pretty dang brilliant. But us as individuals, we can't keep doing that and get anywhere in our personal evolution. We're just going to keep looping and looping and looping and looping, and none of us really need that. None of us really need that. Okay? None of us really need that. So use the power of love. It's huge. And the first thing you do is get rid of the notion that you've been plugged in with, that love makes you weak. You're giving yourself away. Are they going to give me Are they going to give me the same love I'm giving them? Don't worry about it. You get that love welled up in you. You demonstrate that love into the world, and it may not come back from that person or that quarter. It's going to come back. It'll come back from somewhere. And why are you worried about that in the first place? Just the feeling of loving stuff is its own reward. When you're in that space of just loving, being a loving person, being a kind person, accepting love from other people, not being afraid to express your desires and your affection for things and people in this life, you are at your strongest. That's when you're most powerful. So tap into that sense. And I think on the weekly I did several readings, but I think it was this weekly where I alluded to another reader said something about that, and it really stuck with me. And he said, this was Minnow Pontero. This was Chris Reck, and he said, something like, I'm not going to quote him, but he was basically saying that if you want love in your world, if you want love, even if you want a lover, you got to learn to tap into your own love. And it doesn't have to be for another person. It can be anything. Love anything. Love the way the air smells after the rain, you know? Love the way the wind feels on your skin on a hot day. Love it when your household clears out and you've got 10 minutes of peace, you know? Start to love, recognize appreciation, and when you do that and you're carrying that vibration, it will come to you. Okay? All right, y'all. Well, there they are. Thank you for being here, y'all, so much. I was going to say something about the equinox, but I'm not, because what I really want to do is, for people who don't really understand the nature of something like that, like our turns, like our solstices, our equinoxes, and our eclipses, it's a vague concept, and I don't think the gravitas is really appreciated. So what I am going to do, along with the midweek card, I'm going to post that on the community page, but along with the midweek card, it may be a separate post. I'm going to post a little bit of information about the nature of the equinox. And I'm telling you this because a lot of big stuff happens around these turns, and I have no idea why. I mean, I don't know why, and I don't spend like an overly voluptuous amount of time trying to figure out why stuff happens. When I know it happens, it just happens, and I just use that to my advantage. And what I have noticed in my own life, before I ever was even tapped into any of this, is that equinoxes herald big energy, you know, and I've learned to really watch my pets. You know, if you have outdoor pets, just you know, keep them in mind, take care of them, you know, maybe watch over them a little bit more on an equinox, that kind of thing. Even your kids. I don't have kids, so for me it's pets, but a lot of weird big energy. It's even bigger than like full moons. This is a lot of energy for us to feel, okay? So equinoxes are a time when we do need to respect ourselves, and we need to respect the emotions of the planet and everything that affects us that is not within our own sphere. And the planets, their dances do affect us, and there's nobody that is exempt from that, and we may as well recognize it when they come up. We need to have that respect for them. This is going to happen, I believe it's going to be on Sunday the 29, when's the equinox? Okay, the equinox that we're just going through it, okay? We've just gone through it. So I guess that's why it's so heavy on my mind. So we're still rolling out of an equinox we just came through, and that's a big deal. Okay, so the energy is still rolling. The moon energy from last week is still rolling. I'm just feeling like I need to tell you to slow down and watch your stuff, watch your systems, watch yourself, watch your kids, watch your pets. Be easy with your with your people. Be easy with yourself. Have a little bit of patience, because we are all in a huge energetic system right now. When we're all going through it, we're all in it together. Okay. So we did just pass through that equinox, and I think what I was thinking of was we've got another eclipse coming up in a couple of days. So I am going to post something about the eclipse and the equinox. I just think a good description would help everybody with that. So I'm going to go ahead and go through the solstice, the equinox, and the eclipses, the solar and the lunar. And I'll just post that over on the community page, so please feel free to go over there and check that out. And also I'm devising some new stuff for this channel. I was going to call it a station. Oh yeah, I am ancient. Some new playlists and stuff like that. So I hope you'll take the time sometime to just check out the playlist. There's a lot of really good information over there, especially astro alerts that I don't give you here. Kind of a big deal sometimes, and it's really just great to have a heads up on that. Okay, so I've gone long, and I'm going to get out of here. So thank y'all for being here. I appreciate you so much, and I will see you soon.